Ukrainian forces deployed 3 tank battalions, the Russian government said. Ukraine did not specifically mention a concerted push in western Zaporizhzhia during its operational update on Thursday morning, but reported heavy fighting on the front lines towards the region's cities, Melitopol and Berdiansk. Ukraine appears to have made the most significant breakthrough of its counteroffensive against Russian forces. Ukrainian forces are believed to have launched the next wave of its counteroffensive in the southeast of the country, amid reports of a major mechanized attack in Zaporizhzhia Oblast around the towns of Orikhiv and Robotyne. It follows NATO supplying ammunition and equipment to Ukraine, as well as training troops ahead of a push. The Institute for the Study of War, ISDO, think tank noted a significant mechanized counteroffensive operation on the Zaporizhzhia. The attacks, involving up to 80 tanks and armored vehicles, destroyed Russian fortifications which had previously proved impregnable. Ukrainian commanders are understood to have used their best troops and best equipment, having previously held them in reserve. The army recaptured the village of Staromayorsk on the southern front in a major breakthrough for President Volodymyr Zelensky, who posted a video of his forces celebrating liberating the territory. Zelensky has acknowledged progress in the counteroffensive has been slower than desired, but last night touted very good results from the front without providing details. The Institute for the Study of War, a U.S. think tank, said Ukrainian forces managed to penetrate and drive through tactically challenging defensive positions. Reports indicate that Ukraine may be employing fresh and generally more experienced units, appear to have broken through certain pre-prepared Russian defensive positions. Ukrainian forces are using controversial U.S. cluster munitions fired from 155mm heavy guns. According to bloggers, the operation to liberate Staromayorsk began at dawn on Wednesday in a forest northeast of Robotyne. Kyiv's forces broke through the first line of Russia's defense, but they were delayed by minefields. It is anticipated that Ukraine will send reinforcements to the area to capitalize on the gains made. Battles have raged in recent weeks on multiple points along the over the 600-mile front line as Ukraine wages a counteroffensive with Western-supplied weapons and Western-trained troops against Russian forces who invaded 17 months ago. Of Ukraine's advance would prevent such progress. These minefields must be cleared by hand, often under fire, before armored vehicles can advance. There are 3 axes to Ukraine's counteroffensive, east towards the war-ravaged city of Bakhmut. Putin praised the heroism with which Russian soldiers were repelling attacks in the Zaporizhzhia region of the southeast, claiming Moscow's troops not only destroyed Ukraine's military equipment, but also inflicted heavy losses to Kyiv's forces. A new clip has surfaced online appearing to show Russian rocket launchers being taken out by U.S.-supplied Ukrainian HIMARS. Russian forces lost personnel, the unit added, although how many troops were killed in the strike was not specified. Newsweek could not independently verify the location or timing of this footage and has reached out to the Russian and Ukrainian defense ministries for comment via email. After 2 months of being held off along the front line, Western-backed troops have finally punched through the invaders' defenses. Ukrainian troops have made only incremental gains since launching a counteroffensive in early June. Putin has repeatedly claimed Ukraine has suffered heavy losses without offering evidence. Ukraine has committed thousands of troops in the region in recent days, according to a Western official who was not authorized to comment publicly on the matter. The Russian army has set up vast minefields to stymie Ukrainian advances and used combat aircraft and loitering munitions to strike Ukrainian armor and artillery. Ukrainian authorities have kept operational details of the counteroffensive under wraps, and they have released scant information about its progress. However, Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maliar said Wednesday that troops are advancing toward the city of Melitopol in the Zaporizhzhia region. If Ukraine has taken Russian Staromayorsky, it could open the way for Kiev forces to push southward toward the coast. The Ukrainian forces are understood to be utilizing tactics learned from lengthy training exercises overseen by NATO troops, including British soldiers. The Ukrainian push comes in the wake of Russian military and political turmoil in June that saw warlord Yevgeny Prigozhin, head of the Wagner private mercenary group, stage a short-lived rebellion that posed the gravest threat to Putin in his 23-year rule. The mercenaries have withdrawn from the battlefield in Ukraine, where they played a pivotal role in capturing the stronghold of Bakhmut following the war's longest battle. Thousands of Wagner troops have reportedly moved to Belarus to help train its troops before moving to Africa. Ukraine's National Resistance Center has claimed new Wagner mercenary recruits are told they must agree to fight inside NATO countries Poland and Lithuania when they sign contracts. Russian President Vladimir Putin's forces have lost 55 tanks in Ukraine during the course of the past week, according to Ukraine's military. The General Staff of Ukraine's Armed Forces posts daily updates about Russia's losses on its Facebook page, and on Tuesday it wrote that Moscow has lost 4,174 tanks since Putin launched his war on February 24, 2022. 55 of those tanks were lost since July 18, and 12 of the tank losses came in the last 24 hours alone. Think Tank reports Ukraine has been making new advances in certain regions during its counteroffensive.